some natural chicken feed that's not from a pellet. So mixing our own version that doesn't contain soy but enough protein has been incredibly hard. At the moment we feed our chickens a mix of dun peas, corn and oats with a natural nutrient blend mix, vitamin mix, and some calcium powder and seaweed meal and diatomaceous earth. I've noticed that our chickens haven't been thriving. They've been surviving, but they haven't been growing like a bird would if they were on a commercial mix. So we thought we would breed up some mealworms so we could have something that is high in protein that our chickens can eat every day. So we've bought a starter pack of mealworms, and we're going to show you how we're going to breed them. We'll set up a breeding operation so we can have a year-round supply of enough mealworms to feed all our chickens on the farm. We actually found that the chickens that we're growing out on pub scraps, which we pick them up from the local pub, they grow really well, but there's a lot of protein in that mix. We can't feed that to our pigs because it does often have meat in it. And so they are doing really, really well on that, and we haven't had an issue other than them stinking a little bit from the pub scraps.
Because the protein of the mix that we're making up is only about 7% protein, where you need between 10 to 15% for a laying chicken. So hopefully these will give us the extra bit of protein. Didn't like using soy because a lot of it has been treated with a solvent to extract everything that they extract out of it, because the soy meal is just a byproduct. And the other one was bone meal or something, but we didn't really like the process that went through to up the protein as well. So this was sort of the most natural protein that we could get.
So bone meal has a lot of heavy metal in it, and that's why I didn't want to use that. And stuff like feather meal and fish meal. Well, feather meal would have high levels of heavy metals in it too. When you do a heavy metal test, it's usually through your hair, and so it's just part of the body where the heavy metal builds up. And I didn't like that, considering that we're going to eat the eggs. And I really don't like farmed fish, and I couldn't guarantee where the fish meal would come from. Farmed fish are fed a lot of antibiotics and colours, and if it was the leftovers from farmed fish, say the guts or the skin and heads and stuff, I didn't like that it would contain so much antibiotics and other stuff in there. So we are trying to do this as naturally as possible, and part of putting food on our table is to eat naturally and organic, and if our animals aren't eating naturally and organic, then at the end of the day we won't be. So this is why we're going to all this effort to do natural sheep care with free choice minerals and making your own chicken feed and our own pig feed. It is a lot of extra work, but it is the only way that we can guarantee that our animals are eating the best, and that at the end of the day we're eating the best. So we're going to show you our mealworms, and we're going to show you how we're going to set up the breeding operation. And as we progress and we start getting different stages of the mealworm life cycle, we will do a more in-depth video on that. But today we're just going to show you how we're going to set up our mealworm breeding operation after receiving your package in the mail. So there are a few places you can get mealworms from. It was very hard finding one that would deliver all the way out to where we are, because we are in a rural area. If you are not in a rural area, you have so many more options. We bought ours from Bio Supplies. If you are in Australia, they do ship Express Australia Post Australia-wide, I believe. There are some rural areas they don't ship to, and when I tried to order this a month ago, they didn't ship to our area. But they've changed that, and now we can get shipping out here, so that's great. There was another spot, but they didn't guarantee live delivery, and these guys do, so we thought that was quite important. now to show you these little critters. Oh. So they apparently lay their eggs in the dust, so that's where you're going to find their eggs. So I'm not sure if we have any beetles in here, but let's have a look and see. Oh, gross. What we have. So a kilo of mealworms should give you about 4,000 worms.
Ew.
Do you want to hold one, Zara?
Yes. Not on my apple.
Not on your apple? They might try and eat your apple.
They like apple.
It smells very nice.
No, you.
No, not yet.
They're wiggled. Put your hand out. They are so noisy.
Look at it moving.
So we are using quick oats as our bedding. Now quick oats are just oats that are being crushed up, and we wanted it finer so we could sieve out the dust once they've gone through the different stages of life, because the dust is ultimately where the eggs are going to be to hatch into new mealworms. But you can use wheat germ, but it was more expensive for us. And you can buy it in bulk from the feed store or from the stock feeders. But what we saw on the research that we did was that if they are from the stock feeders, they can contain a mite, and the mite will wipe out your mealworm colony. So you have to microwave the oats, the wheat germ, but we don't have a microwave. We don't use a microwave, and we didn't really know of another option to kind of sterilize it. So we decided to just get human food for now until we can find out a better solution. And then you're going to need a carrot or an apple. I've seen other people use broccoli stalks, and they use that for their water. So you don't actually have to provide them any water, but the carrot or the apple will provide enough water for the mealworms to survive, that you have to keep replacing once it's gone. Yeah, wait a minute. No, because we're going to put them in a different bedding. And you're also going to have 3 stages or 4 stages of mealworms that you're going to want to separate. So you're going to have the mealworm stage. So these are the mealworms that you're going to want to feed out to your chickens or your ducks or your quails or your lizards or whatever it is that you're breeding your mealworms for. They need something to hide under, and an egg carton is perfect for that. So we might put another one in there too, and we'll put in another carrot. But you can see them all in there having some liquid, probably eating it too for their food, but they will eat the oats underneath as well and sleep in it. There you go. Is that yummy? Look here.
He ate my finger.
Did she?
Yes.